So we got this sister here that thinks she really know how men feel about educated women, but listen to what she has to say because I really think she has no clue about the psyche of men.
It's a blessing and a curse to be an educated woman. Because when you are educated, this is why men don't want an educated woman. Because when you get educated, you continue to be educated, you continue to learn, you become a lifelong student. And so you start challenging things that you were told to believe, and then you challenge them and put them up against your reality. And you see the things that you were told to believe don't match up to your reality. And then you start digging, and you start to decenter men, and you start to dissect, wow, men have created everything that I was led to believe. And then you start to stand up for yourself, and then you realize that you only have two choices: to be stupid or ignorant, because you have to be stupid to believe the stuff that men have been telling us. So, and you can't be ignorant anymore. So what's your choice?
Ma'am, it's not about women having education. Listen, I would prefer women to have an education. I would. But education to me is a tool. It's something to help you get further ahead on something. Maybe, training for a job, get into certain fields. Okay, you need education to do certain things, right? That's all it is to it. The education don't make you, but what's happening with some of, the women in our community, their whole identity is that education. Their whole identity is that degree, and they look down on people, some of them, if they don't have that degree or whatever. So what some of the men see is that pompous attitude, you being so, thinking you're high and mighty or better than other people because you got a degree. Because I know a lot of people with degrees, and some of them sitting at home right now unemployed. I know people who don't have degrees and they're making 6, 7, and 8-figure salaries and don't even have a degree. Some people just got a certificate. They got it from the community college and making 6 and 7-figure salaries a year and don't even have a 4-year degree. Some of those people with the education have student loan debt. That's why they're begging Joe Biden to forgive their student loan debt. You understand? Now, if you're so educated, probably you didn't figure out a cheaper way to go to school for you and be in so much debt if you want to go to that level, but to each his own. Men to see that, and you talking about the world with men. Let me tell you something. The institution that you're going to for education, men built that. All the comforts that those educated women are talking about, men did all of that. And men maintain that. If men, I've said this before, if men say, I'm going to go on strike for 7 days and no men at all go to work, all the men sit at home, watch everything crash in society. Everything is going to crash. When we just recently had Hurricane Beryl, I didn't see a bunch of women out there trying to fix the power lines. I didn't see a bunch of women out there trying to clear the trees from the power lines so they can be worked on. I didn't see, women picking up a bunch of debris outside. There was a bunch of men doing that. And so when you say decenter men, if you quote unquote decenter men, you decenter society and you decenter the comfort that you're living in. You just better get that straight. Your cell phone that you like to be on. Men is keeping up with the towers that have your cell phone service. The internet, men are maintaining that. Every time I get an installation for internet, guess who shows up? A man. When I need some other work done, guess who shows up 9 times out of 10? A man. Yard work, men show up. I'm just saying, if you truly decenter men out of society, you decenter any society, not just America, but throughout the world. But that's a Western conversation because people in other parts of the world, they understand, men, have their role and men is to be respected. And it's not that men want you to kiss their butt or worship them. No, like minimal appreciation, minimal thank you, just a minimal thought that count give sometime, a minimal birthday cake sometime, just something minimal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't realize, women, you don't realize how little you have to do to keep a man happy. You have to do barely a little. And he'll stay happy. And sometimes y'all go way off the deep end and just don't do nothing. Like, look, you ain't got to, you thinking you got to do as much. Listen, a man, you don't have to put as much effort with men as men have to put with women on some things. You don't. Just very minimal things that you can do. But this decenter men thing, yeah, let men decenter America right now and watch what happens. Y'all run around right now talking about, the vice president, and guess who's protecting her? Men. But you want to decenter men, right? So that's the issue that men have with educated women, is that their degree have them, not they have a degree. And when your identity is your degree, then you really don't have no room for anybody else to be in your life, because that degree is more important than any man that can come along.